and I'm here with Mookie, and the purpose of this video is to show you sort of how to live with him day to day in a way that's practical, gives him structure, and keeps you guys successful, and keeps him from finding too much mischief and causing too much trouble. So obviously he should be sleeping in the crate overnight. That keeps him completely out of trouble overnight. It keeps away any unwanted experiences, and it gives you a way to start the day with structure versus him just zooming all over the house and you're trying to chase him down when it's time to go to the bathroom. There's no catch me if you can. You're able to approach the crate, put the collar on, and then you've got control over him. So in the first thing in the morning when I approach his crate, he is going crazy. He knows it's mealtime. He's wiggling, his tail is making a drum sound against the crate. He's just going absolutely wild. So definitely no baby talk at that time. But the next thing to do is to start to open the crate door, and if he tries to come out, you'll just close the crate door again, and you'll keep repeating that until you can completely open it and he's waiting. You might have to close it with a little bit of force to kind of get the message across, but the next step is to get this collar on. Of course, you'll need to turn it on. So turn the collar on, and that's the first thing you're going to do after opening the crate door, is getting the collar on. He gets really excited, but until that collar's on, you really don't have a way to regulate that energy. So once the collar's on, good boy. The next thing I do is feed him. This is an opportunity for impulse control. When Mookie first got here, he would try to stuff his entire face into the food bowl before I could even get it down onto the ground. So we've taught him a really nice impulse control exercise. He eats in his kennel with the door closed, and he waits for his food until the person, his owner, will release him to eat. So I put the food down, he gives me some eye contact, break, and he goes to eat. Once he's finished eating, I'll show you how we do the potty. By feeding your dog in the kennel, it does a couple things. It keeps a positive association to the kennel. They know that's where they get their meals. Two, if you've got kids ever in the house, there's no possible problems with the food bowl being out. If you're choosing to get another dog at any point, there's no altercation there about food being left out. It truly is the safest and most reasonable way to feed your dog is in the kennel with the door shut. And it also gives you that exercise twice a day to be able to put the food down, wait for eye contact. It's a really nice moment, and then release them to eat. So once he's finished with his food bowl, also normally I would say keep a bucket of water in the crate for him, but with Mookie, he drinks so messy, by the time he's finished drinking, like the whole crate is filled with water. So I would suggest having one of those bowls that avoids the spillage and the leakage in your house, just to keep your floors from getting too wet from his messy drinking, and also just keeping a big bucket outside. So whenever he goes outside to your backyard, you know he's got access to water. But it just became so messy keeping it in the crate, the messy lab drinker. Okay. So the next thing on the agenda in the morning after you put the collar on, you feed him, is going to be giving him a potty break. Remember, open door doesn't mean charge out. So you've got that. So you should be able to get up, back away. If he were to exit at this point, I would turn the pressure on the collar, I would hold it until he got back in, and then I would release it. And then I would repeat that until I've got this nice, respectful way he's looking at me. What I'm going to do to get him to me and then release him out is a recall. So I'm going to say his name, Mookie, come, boy, sit. Good, he comes to me, he sits. He waits as I open the door for release. If he tries to go out prematurely, same pattern as the crate. Pressure on, he comes back in, pressure off. Wait for that moment of eye contact. Break, and he goes out and potties. So this might be a good place to put a 15 to 20 minute walk. So after he comes in from his potty, you put a leash on him and you go for a walk. You come back in and put him on place. Remember, we're trying to avoid all of the free roaming unsupervised until he can responsibly handle it. He's still a really young guy, so he's gonna need a lot of structure day to day, and then slowly increase the freedoms and see how he handles it. All dogs are really different. My personal dog, Riggins, needs a lot of structure, which means we're telling him what to do throughout his day. Go to place, go to the kennel, come on a walk with me, lay here, versus just letting him wander all around because he makes really bad choices. Other dogs can handle more freedom. You won't know until you try. But being as young as he is and just back from training, we want to keep a day really structured. So that literally means telling him, guiding him what to do throughout every day. So you could either take him on a walk or you can put him on place as you start your day. How am I going to get him on place? I'm going to use my tone recall feature in from the yard and then point to the place bed and say place. So I'm going to make sure he's done using the bathroom. He's going right now. So we always say, don't expect your dog to tell you when they need to go to the bathroom. Don't use a bell. Don't let them start barking. Develop a routine where you're ahead of the game, where you let him out every however many hours, and that's his time to potty. But you decide, and he doesn't let you know. That way you're staying ahead of the game. He's still going. Give him time to sniff around, go to the bathroom. That way you know you fulfilled your dog's needs. That way when you come in and put him on place, now you can go enjoy your day. Coffee, breakfast, shower. Okay, so I'm going to start beeping. He should come running, and then I'm going to guide him to the place bed. Beep, beep, beep. Come. Good boy. Place. And he's on place. And this is where he's anchored. Make sure you can see this. So the place bed, he can spend hours there. You can give him a bone to chew on while he's there, but this is the expectation is he goes here and he's calm for long periods of time. And he's practiced that daily here, so he's really good at it. If he gets off the place without you releasing him, you would just say no, you would click the collar and put him back on. You're such a good boy. But we've done some really good patterning of making sure he knows to be calm on the bed. So now's the time to put a couple hours between the next activity. And then I'm going to show you how to move him around the house. How do we get him off the place bed? You can either release him, which would just be break, and then he's free to do whatever. You can play with him. Maybe you want to play with him with some toys. You can say heel and start walking, and then he's in a follow around the house. Or you can recall him to you and then put him in a sitter down. Come. Good boy. Sit. Down. Good boy. Now he's in a down stay. You can use this down stay literally anywhere. It could be outside, in your backyard, in your kitchen. You could be preparing a meal. It's a little different than the place bed because there's nothing for him to lay on. So it's a little bit more rigid, but he can do it. Good boy. Mookie. Yes. Mookie. Break. Good boy. Now he can play. Now maybe it's time to play. We've done all of our things. Break. Good boy. Now maybe we have play session, which is a lot of fun. I know. What if he's got toys and he won't drop them? Right? You're going to use your out command. Break. Good boy. Mookie. Out. Good. If he doesn't drop it right away, you guessed it, click the collar. Place. To get him back to place, you would just say the word, point to the bed, and he gets on and lays down. Good boy. Let's say you're leaving the house. It is our recommendation, definitely, to have him in the kennel while you're not at home, because it just keeps the situation, it keeps his experiences controlled, keeps him from finding mischief, keeps him from barking out the windows, keeps him from getting into anything he shouldn't, anything potentially dangerous. How do we get him into the kennel? You're going to use your recall, and then you're just gonna point and say whatever word you choose for the kennel, which could be kennel or place. We use the word place. Mookie, come, place. And you right in. He lays down. Now you take your collar off, close the door, and the same procedure starts when you get back home. Open the door, collar on, potty break. So everything is just a simple routine. You're just repeating that same routine throughout your day. Whatever. I'm gonna give you another time in the yard. Come, sit. Good.